Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second and final edition of Nep-News for Hyperdimension Neptunia V. I'm Dick, and let's go with the biggest stories so far. The biggest story so far is the obvious one. Hyperdimension Neptunia V is now out in Japan. However, due to the fact that this is based on the European stuff, since we're all talking in English here, I'll only be going by the news that we have gone confirmed by the developers, not from the players. The next bit of news is that Hyperdimension Neptunia is getting an anime adaptation. So therefore, all those critics that said that this game was absolutely atrocious, you may now eat your words, because only a game that's popular can ever get its own anime. Look at Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! There's currently no word yet on a European release of the anime, but considering how NIS America is also into the anime section, odds are that it will be ported over here. Speaking of European ports, Hyperdimension Neptunia V has been confirmed to be coming over to the United States and Europe in the spring of 2013, so pretty much around the same time as the past two Hyperdimension Neptunias. That's it for the biggest stories of the week, so now we'll go on to the small details. We'll be starting with the oldest bit of news to the newest. The first most is, there is a brand new villain called Yellowheart. There's no word on what she is the CPU of. All we know is that, well, she's a CPU and she's the enemy. There are a couple of things noticeable about it, mainly that she fights using claws, and that her butt size is actually bigger than Vert's. And that wasn't down to me being observant, it's because the advertisement of her outright says it. Several combat shots have been shown, including a combat trailer, which we shall now play right now. As you can tell, the battle system is relatively similar to the one from Hyperdimension Neptunia MK2. There's also several screens of the battle poses and all that other stuff, including several pictures of what looks like several dungeons. What we're now going to follow is pictures and screenshots of the combat and the dungeon. Secondly, we have screenshots and a video of how the conversation teams will work in Hyperdimension Neptunia V. These are going to be similar to Hyperdimension Neptunia 1, but slightly, shall we say, improved. Sadly this isn't translated, but I'm pretty sure you can assume what they're talking about.
ひょっとしてノワール焼き餅とか焼いちゃったりしてる？バカじゃないの？誰が焼き餅なんて。心配しなくても大丈夫だよ。私はノワールのことも大好きだから。だから違うって。それに大好きとかそんな自動いくらでも見てくださいませ。うわー、効果音が全然違う。本当？約束よ。絶対だからね。約束絶対。よかった。もう一回言ってくれる？何回でも言っちゃうよ。大好き、激ラブだよ。おんぶ、もう歩けない。
仕方ないわね。さあ、早く乗って。や
ったー。ねっちゃん背中大きい。なかなか可愛らしいですわね。私の好みですわ、ネプギアちゃん。絡むっていうのはこうでしょ。お互いの腕とか足とかを。
め！どこを触って！ノワール！なんとかして！
わー、二人でゆっくりって、なんだかデートみたい。バカ、変なこと言うんじゃないの。もうやだ、勘弁して。
色っぽい声出しちゃって。もしかして誘ってるのよね。だったらご期待に応えてもっと。違い
ますから。ほら、あゆちゃん、早く。ねっちゃん、すっごく綺麗。あんまり見ないで。恥ずかしいよ。せめて優しく。
And before people ask, yes, I'm not very comfortable with the sound-only part either. And it is nearly as bad as you're probably thinking of what it is. Just think trick bad and you've kind of got it. Also, Compile Heart has now uploaded wallpapers of all of the major CPUs. Although that is the heroes, not Yellow Heart for those that might want it. We also have several new and old characters making appearances and reappearances, mainly a younger IF, a younger Compa, and then 3 other characters who I don't have a clue who they are, so don't ask. Also, Histoire makes a return in her baby form. including what looks like an evil version of Histoire. I don't have anything to say about this. We also have what appears to be the box art picture of maybe the limited edition. Also, you can see on the side that Netgear is also in the game. So is Yuri, Ram, and Rom. There are a few changes to the combat. The major difference is that the consumption of action points with attacks and items have been abolished. Skill points are closer to a magic point-like system, as in they are not recovered while attacking or getting hit. The EX Drive gauge, which is a brand new addition, is a gauge which is consumed by using special attack, and the effect of a rear attack depends on the support of the characters in the rear. Sadly, there's no real explanation from the developers of what this means, so we'll have to wait until someone actually tells us, or you can ask someone who actually has the Hyperdimension Neptunia V to basically explain it for you. Outside of that, Hyperdimension Neptunia V seems to be much the same as Hyperdimension Neptunia MK2, albeit there are several changes, but the gameplay is relatively standard. My personal opinion, I can't wait to see this game come out because it looks even better than the old one. And the fact as well that more and more people are getting interested in this franchise, it makes me glad to know that low budget games are not a minority here. I will admit that the sexual overtones that were obvious in the conversation trailer are a little bit disturbing, due to how my mindset is of being a gentleman. Outside of that, that was an in a nutshell version of Nep-News for Hyperdimension Neptunia V. I hope you enjoyed this very in a nutshell version, and have fun when you get the game. I'm Tick, saying goodbye.